Good morning, everybody. We're live here from the Welsh 150 up in the Welsh Mountains. We're seconds away from the start of the 150. We've got the two fastest qualifiers side by side here, the car 61 and car 8, ready to come off the line. So yeah, starting in pairs today, and this is lowest qualifying times first. We understand that some of these cars have penalties, so this may not be their actual standing order in the race. Ollie, stay well back. Right, so we've got 1 minute to go, less than 1 minute to go for these two cars. So this is number 8, Rowlands and Dudley, and number 61, Jackson and Bowler. Can-Am versus Polaris off the line in a second. And remember, this is now the full course. This is 10 lap courses, 10k laps. 3 punch sections per lap. They have to do a punch in each section or take a penalty. They have to do a different punch each lap.
Okay, then we've got these two cars. They're obviously going for it. Oh, he gifted Paul Rowlands there, didn't he? Just let him go.
Yeah, let him go.
I thought they were going to battle. I thought they were going to battle.
I thought they were going to go for the battle, but a bit of gentlemanly racing there. That's what we like to see. Right, so this is 29. 29 here. Six. 9 minutes 24 qualifying lap. All side by side, two big LS powered Land Rover based cars. Yeah.
This is everybody out of course as quick as possible.
Mud off going after the last and start that. Right, next up we've got Ryan Jenkins in car 50. 9 minutes 25 second qualifying lap. Car 48, Beecroft, 9 minutes 40 seconds. Get two big
So we're going to see probably pretty soon here which the outside line or the inside line will be fastest to get that first corner. We just saw Jim up there just getting pipped by the Mavic.
There were a bit of overlapping wheels at one point.
Exactly, yeah. So this is like literally off the line every 30 seconds.
Is that?
Sorry,
and line's faster at the moment, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. Trouble is, the guys they're going to shunt this right out as wide as they can just to make it a bit fairer, I think.
Right, so it's car 35, Gordon Wilson, 9 minutes 50 seconds qualifying lap for the Alpha team guys. Fastest lap. But through the day, you should see the field even out. Some of the more challenging drivers once they have to do the punching.
I didn't quite see. Was that Alpha Fab car that pipped it?
That was Alpha 38, yeah. That Polaris. Paul Bass in 11 minutes in his qualifying lap. First diesel car, number 22 here. Bradshaw and Reed, 11 minute 17 qualifying. TD5
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
So we got TD5 versus Polaris here.
Yeah. Bradshaw in the TD5. Mass in the Polaris. Go! Right, 58 up next. And then 30 car side, number 2. Furlong and the Hallahan. 11 minute 46 qualifying lap. This was not what was forecast. Much better. Got quite a lot of mud on you there.
Right, so V8 on the inside, TD5 on the outside.
Was it breakage or did he just stop?
No, I think the TD5 missed a gear.
Oh, okay. This is a Formula 1 manual.
Not that I could see through the black smoke.
Yeah. Right. Car 41 up next, Massive Daniel. Manuals. 11 minute 51 qualifying. And then the Suzuki bodied Polaris on the inside there. Oh, I think 41 wants to move over a little bit, but these boys want to get close, I think.
This is a very close racing here this morning. I mean, the track is not that wide out there at all.
Well, you can see if Paul pans around the camera as these cars go up, it goes single file in less than 100 metres. These guys literally have 100 metres to get the jump on the TV5 giving chase. All that. Car 14 coming in here. This is Dicky and Halliday. 12 minute 9 second qualifying lap. And of course, Will Webster at 23. Webster and Ben Fold with a 12 minute 20. If you're watching, Saturday morning, so I really appreciate you. Webster, of course, one of the people shooting 200. Well, we can see what's happening in the slope. And that's Webster's got the jump there. A bit less aggressive on the start as we go down the start order. That right hand line's definitely got better traction in there.
Bit more, Craig, and that's it, okay? Behind the clock, guys.
Go team Mudslingers, we've had lots of shout outs.
Got in, dear.
10 seconds. Back. Oh. Behind the clock, guys, yeah. Stop. 10 seconds. Back on. 10 seconds.
Weird feedback here, right? Who is it? Someone's got their mic on. There'll be someone here.
Stop. 10 seconds.
One. 42 seems to be starting out of order here. This is Draper Smith Cooling with a 13-minute 45 lap, and 51 Cousins and Neil with an 18-minute 34 lap. A reminder that these guys are now going out for their 10k laps with punches, 3 punches a lap, 3 special sections, and they'll be aiming to do anything up to 8 laps today. We'd expect some of these cars to be taking over an hour a lap with some of the punches. So 8 laps, an hour a lap, you do the maths, that's a long day in the track. Car 17, Whitton and Needham, 21.08 qualifying lap. They had a very fast first qualifying lap, where I think we're top 5. but then a quite slow second qualifying lap. Car 37, Arkley and Stimson on the right, 21.19. See the start on the drone feeds there. See in the air the drone's getting pretty close. Not watching each other's airspace. Or is Fox dancing around James? As we watch car 17 and 37 get the 5-litre Mercedes buggy, 2 showing how it's done up that hill. Next up, we got number 30, the Polaris of Bennett and Davies. 21 minutes 51 seconds on the start qualifying. And then alongside them lining up 55, Furlong and Williams, 24 minutes 23 on the qualifying lap. Look like these boys have been for a tumble on the 55 with the guys who rolled in the finishing area on their qualifying lap. So to be up here, you know, 2/3 of the way through the field shows how fast they run. Polaris certainly sending it there. 25, Scallon and Houlihan, 24 minute 59. And 47, Webster and Simon, 29.59. So I think the 29.59s that we've got now are guys who didn't finish one or other of the qualifying laps. Yeah, I believe so. Don't quite know how the timing works. I haven't spoken to the timers. But I think now these guys who didn't finish qualifying coming up from 47 onwards. Well, that's 11 and 13. Smith and Clarkson, and alongside them, car 13, I think, seem to have missed their start order, or oh no, no, I got them. Sorry, Adam, a little bit out of order here now. Well, out of order to my list, but. Say that even this far down the start order, proper racing off the line. Next up, car 20, car 57. This is car 20, Evans and Evans. Car 57. I'll find them on my list. Yeah, I've failed them. Can't find them. So I think we've got one of our guys out in the course coming into you on camera now, and you can see our drone feeds.
10 seconds.
The smell of performance there as the black smoke drifts across us. Number 9. Fenian Road, sorry. And what's the other car we've got lined up? 15:24. That's South and Thomas. So yeah, the teams have to do a minimum of 1 lap today. Maximum. Actually, I've been told maximum of 10 laps. I've said a maximum of 8 earlier, but it's a maximum of 10 laps. And just a reminder, they're supposed to do a 1 punch in each of 3 punch zones through the day. They've got to get a different punch each lap. So sometimes that might be quite an easy drive in and clip the punch. Sometimes it might be, 15, 20 minutes of winching and repositioning the car to get that punch. That's on top of a 40, 50-minute lap. For most of the field, the fastest cars might be able to put the lap down in 25, 30 minutes for the full 10k. They've still got to get the punches. 26 and 27 on the line. So this is Bates and Hooley and Gom and Gom. Yeah, so end of racing today is 6:30 in the evening, and anybody who's left out on course at 6:30 is a DNF for their last lap. So you've got to take a bit of a tactical play when you go out for your last lap to make sure you've got enough time to finish. So they don't have start slotting this morning. If they've got problems with the car, they can still be working on it. And as long as they start 1 lap and complete 1 lap before 4 p.m, they can stay in the competition. But obviously, very little chance of being able, well, no chance of being able to do the 150, I would imagine, by that point. So we've got number 6, I think, here, last starter, Ellison Blackford. And after that, that'll all be all cars that are running, ready to run out on course. Lunchbox with chocolate bars there in the middle, I think. So that's everybody off the line for us down in the start area. I expect it's a while before we start seeing cars come back in. What do we reckon? 20 minute, 30-minute minimum full lap, Paul?
Well, we were just hearing, weren't we, that some of our guys out on the course have not seen cars yet. So what are we now in? Half an hour or so?
Yeah, it's got to be, isn't it? What time is it?
Yeah, so we're probably, so it's nearly 9 o'clock now, so we're a good half an hour in. I reckon we're probably looking at about an hour lap.
Yeah, because it's, I was just saying a moment ago, it's probably 20, 30 minutes as a minimum lap, and then they've got to do the punches, and even if they pick drivable punches on each of the 3 stages, it's going to be 5-10 minutes.
So we've got some guys actually out on the course at the moment on their mobiles, so they're giving you some footage that you can see currently. So we've got car number 36, I understand, currently on the screen. So those guys are not 100% sure where they are at this precise moment. But obviously we'll try and bring you guys footage from different locations throughout the lap. So that's Taylor and Clark, I think, on your screens at the moment, car 36. We're going to wander.
Yeah, we're going to manoeuvre our way back up to the finish line. How was that, Nobby? Yeah, really. How did you like the 2x2 then?
Yeah, perhaps next two we should do like four abreast.
4 abreast. You don't think the 2 abreast was exciting enough, no? There were a few people who took no prisoners up there, weren't there?
Yeah, there was. It was interesting how different people worked, how different people decided on the line. Yeah. Some eased off.
Gentlemanly behaviour, but not everyone.
There's a little bit of rubbing here and there, but
that's what it's all about, though, isn't it?
In short, it was fantastic.
Right. Well, we were just talking about it. How far fast do you reckon the fastest lap?
Fastest lap of the day or fastest first lap?
Fastest first lap.
I'm going to be saying hour 5.
Hour 5, including punches, don't forget. So that's not just racing time on the
hour 5,
road.
maybe hour 10.
Yeah, okay.
So that sounds about right, because we're seeing cars now almost halfway around, and we're about half an hour in, aren't we?
Yeah.
We have 23 minutes in.
Yeah, so
there you
that probably stacks
Yeah,
up. Yeah,
so-
I reckon for about an hour lap.
There's his stuff.
Yeah.
Not my first rodeo.
Oh, that's not bad. Not your last, I heard.
Well, don't tell my wife.
Oh, hang on. Cut that from the live. We're not live, right?
Oh, no!
It's all right. Shell won't be up there. It'll be fine.
Sorry, Shell. No, it's brilliant. And, you know, the camaraderie. But it's interesting how people are breaking. Some just literally had red in front of their eyes and they were going for it, hell or leather. And it's, yeah.
You saw some people just straight off the line, stop, let the other car go.
What was quite interesting as well is there was like 2 cars that were waiting. Are you going to go first or am I going to go first? And there was just a hesitation. And then,
Both hesitate, then both go.
Like, no, you go. No, I'm going.
I'm off.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
All happy. Everybody out. 41 cars I count going out, so we lost 9 overnight.
And that's the kind of attrition you just get in qualifying. What's going to happen when we start playing with the punches in the full course? The full course is probably a little bit more technical than the qualifying lap, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But hopefully now they got into the mindset now that they got to survive. Whereas I think a lot of the mentality of the prologue, the pre-qualifying and the qualifying is try and get first. On an event like this, I wouldn't want to be first.
No,
absolutely not. You know,
want some tracks to follow.
Yeah, I'd like to be. If I was competing today, I would like to be about 10th.
10th.
Yeah,
that's the sweet spot. You know, you're quick.
Yeah,
got a few people to follow.
Yeah, you know,
tracks to.
You got your tracks in front. The guys in front of you are quite quick anyway.
Yeah, so they're not going to hold you up.
Yeah, you know, nice pace setters.
Yeah, makes perfect sense to me.
That's where I would like to be. Definitely not first.
Definitely not first.
Already, somebody's lost the belt.
I was going to say, we've got a hiker with some belts.
2 days ago, he said, "Can I sit to me?" Because Sam's got loads of. Oh. I just do a deep dip.
And, you know, this is why you need a fit co-driver. It's not for running around with a winch rope. It's when you send them out hiking with a fan belt.
Which you should have packed in the toolbox earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Right, keep tuned. Stay tuned in. We'll keep bringing you updates as we get it. Lap times, once the lap times start coming. Remember, the welsh.rallies.info for live timing. So as soon as people start completing laps, you'll see the times pop up live on that. The pre-qualifying and qualifying laps are on there already, so you can see how people are placed. Don't think we've got a fixed time for our live yet for later on. We're going to be a little bit flexible on that on the weather. I think we've got 1 o'clock at the moment is our target time. So tune back in at 1. I think we're going to keep trying to bring you some footage from out on the course as long as we can keep getting some footage. Late starter coming up to line X, car 21, this is Suzuki. Saunders and Murchie, I mean, these are the guys we saw out spotting, I think, on Friday morning. Yeah, thanks very much for your comments. Keep them coming. Keep liking, keep sharing, keep following. Morning, Simon. Yeah, thanks for your comment, Rock. It's a great day at the moment. If the promised thunderstorms come through, we're going to be a little bit wetter later on, but we haven't seen too much rain this morning. It's quite dry. It's quite interesting, actually. It dries out very quick underfoot. I can hear a car over the sort of finish side of the course there.
Yeah, remember there's quite a lot of course over that side of the valley, so we could be hearing them just entering it, or we could be hearing them just leaving it.
Well, I think there's probably 3k of track over that side of the valley, isn't there? Something like that.
Yeah, I mean this is a stunning location, really.
And just a reminder of the format here: 150 kilometres is the target, 10 kilometre laps. Each lap, 3 punches in 3 different zones. Different punch every lap in each. Just hearing on the feed we've got here that Wyburn and Wyburn may have flopped. Don't know whether they're going to try and right or whether they're all right. We think number 10 might be on the side of the course, non-functional. Yeah, we can see some guys here. What's that? Looks like Marston maybe coming down there, Paul. About 1.5k out from the finish.
It's hard to tell really from this distance.
Yeah, this one.
It's definitely a V8, isn't it?
Yeah. Possibly 5 minutes there. Right, Paul bringing you a little bit of a close-up on the finish line there. Breezier this side of the hill. Well, you know, Nobby was saying a minute ago, hour 5, hour 10 for a lap. And here we have probably 5 minutes from the finish, one of the cars coming in. So that's 30-something minute lap time, potentially. Wonder if they've actually gone for any punches or whether they've taken the penalties.
Yeah, that's true. So, but obviously,
just hearing on our feed here, Nobby's a little bit surprised to see people coming around so quick. We've got 3 cars coming into view towards the finish, all of which appear to be V8 machines rather than any of the side-by-sides.
yeah, they're a bit too far away to really see who's where at this precise moment.
Yeah.
But the thing is, got to remember is the fact that some of the punches will change during the course of the day. So you just got to get a different punch. So maybe the punches, there's some really easy ones out there.
That's it. I mean, there's certainly some ones that you can just drive into on this first lap before they cut up.
There we go. That does look like Jim coming through the gate just down there.
Yeah, that is Jim. Yeah. So that's Marston and Wilson in the car 56, fourth fastest in second qualifying session.
And he wasn't first off the line either.
In the second pair off the line, so he's definitely fastest lap time so far. Jim Marsden coming up to the finish, about 35 minutes into his first lap, blistering lap time, so it'll be interesting to see whether he's got his punches. Typical Jim style here. Sorry, I'll stay on the camera line.
That's Jim through the line.
Now see if he goes out for a hot lap or whether he goes down into the pits. Because obviously they can pause between laps or they can go straight back out for a second run. Just trying to see who this second car coming up to us is now.
So what's quite interesting is we had quite a few Can-Ams or Polaris, yes, started, didn't we? And we haven't seen any of those. It's all just V8s at this precise second.
Interesting though, because that could mean that these guys have been getting punches and the bigger powered cars have been more capable on the punches, whereas the side-by-sides have been struggling, maybe.
Because the course definitely probably favours a side-by-side being a little bit more agile.
Absolutely, on the actual open tracks, the side-by-sides, as we saw in qualifying, dominated the top spots, really. To try to see who this is. So this is the 48 car, this Beecroft. So again, he was a sixth starter. Third is the Alpha Fab car, 35, Warden Wilson. So again, you know, these are an eighth starter. Still haven't seen any of the side-by-sides coming out. I think I've just spotted Rollins coming over the hill in the first side-by-side.
So I did just hear on our headsets that there is a bit of a traffic jam we've got for you on one of the visuals. So we've got about 6 or 7 cars in a queue. So obviously I don't know quite where they're bunched up, but there are some, you know, a couple of places where they can get a bit stuck. And it will slow them down. Obviously getting a clear course in front of you really helps.
So it looks like everybody's hot lapping at the moment. I haven't seen anybody go back down towards the pits. Yeah, so just seen Marsden go back up that start sheet. So he's gone straight out for a hot lap.
So it looks like I could just see in the distance our drone flying over the valley where we're stood, and I can just see it disappearing over to where there's a load of tape, and they've got to drive up the hill.
Thanks for the mudslinger shout out there.
So the course is now really well defined. We were looking at this yesterday, and that was pretty much a green field, and we can now see the course nicely cut into it. So that was obviously part of the qualifying lap. So it would have been cutting course elsewhere in terms of first on the road. You wouldn't be able to see and follow tracks.
Well, I think there is a couple of the tracks that we can see from here that were from Com Safari event a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
I think so, yes.
So you see there's a loop in the field that we're not driving.
Right, who have we got there coming down into the gate? Is this...
Bit of sideways action there. That looks like a...
Can't quite tell. It's too far to guess.
Yeah. Did see a peak of Roland's coming into this time. He's obviously getting a punch in that. Down in the woods there, as Paul's camera's showing, that's some of the punches for punch area 3. So we'd expect some of the cars to stop in there and disappear from view for a few minutes while they get a punch. Might be something you guys can see on the drone feed. Although I've lost sight of our drone. It's obviously been caught by a buzzard.
Yeah, plenty of red kites up here, aren't there?
And they're certainly not small, those red kites. Oh, I've seen the drone. The drone has survived any aggressive bird attack. Seeing a couple of the side-by-sides come into view.
Yeah, we definitely now got some side-by-sides in that far field.
Thanks very much for tuning in so early on your Saturday morning. We'll be back again at 1 o'clock. Thanks for your comments. Like what you see. Give us a thumbs up. Follow. Stay tuned to the Facebook page to find out when we're live again. We're aiming for 1 o'clock, but that's sort of weather dependent.
Right, who have we got come through the gate?
It sounds like Rollins, I would say. No, I'm wrong. V8 powered car first, followed by Rollins in the Can-Am. That's the first of the side-by-sides. Interesting then, we've got 4 big trucks leading the side-by-sides. Oh, we got a flat on that first car.
Yeah, I think they'll be changing that.
Yeah, they'll definitely come into the pits.
I think what you'll find is it probably could be just down to the winching and the fact that the bigger cars are more set up for winching than the side-by-sides are.
Well, that's what I'm imagining, that the cars been quicker into the punches, because I wouldn't expect them to be quicker around the course. I think there's a flat on Roland's Can-Am there as well. Is that right? Front right? Yeah, we've got a flat on the Can-Am as well. Everybody's tuning the tyres.
It's not slowing them down though, is it?
Going faster than I'd be going, I reckon. So who we got here? Who's that first car? I haven't got a number on them, Paul.
Is it? I don't know. It's a V8 chassis. Is it Dean? Is it Dean?
Could be, 38. Struggling to get a number on that one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Mark Dean, yeah.
Oh, 38. Ninth grade starter. Riley could certainly control that car against the flat there on the number 8 Can-Am. Flat front right tyre. Yeah, that just had that confirmed. That first car on that pair was the 9th starter, number 38, Dean and Howard. So both those cars with flats, so neither of those are going to be hot lapping. They'll be going and changing the tyres in the comfort of the pits rather than out on course. A lot of people in this event don't even carry spares, do they? I don't think.
No, I mean, some of these tyres are now tough enough that you can run them, as you can see, dead flat.
Yeah, you see on that Can-Am, the bead lock's holding it on even though it's dead flat and it's still got a bit of shape. We saw a couple of people come in from qualifying with no tyre on the rim.
I think the plan this afternoon is to try and take the cameras actually out a bit further into course to try and bring you some of the punch sections and some of the more winchier areas.
Yeah, that's it. It's been obviously quite good being able to show you the cars off the start when we've got lots of cars here, but when they're all running back-to-back laps, we won't have the action at the start and finish that we have had. Yeah, watching over my shoulder, car 38 limping back into pits with that flat tyre.
Right, so is this Paul Bass's car?
This is one of the Polaris. That does look like Paul Bass.
Coming in through the gate.
So they picked up a few places on the road, I think, haven't they? Were they?
They were quite high up there.
Yeah, they were 10th starter. And that's interesting. Again, it's second side-by-side across the line, but there was 3 or 4 in front of him on the start. Yeah, just seen car 8 rolling so into the pits to change that flat front right. Bass and Pierce coming up to the finish. Paul Bass, obviously, time served challenge competitor, so
yeah, there's a fair amount of experience in that car, isn't there, doing punches and this sort of event.
Certainly one of the guys who's been competing 20 plus years. Quite funny, I was tuning into one of our old Moose Off-Road Croatia trophy videos the other day and saw us interviewing Paul Bass out in Croatia. Yeah, so this is 53, Bass and Pierce in the Polaris. Taking the rock drop just into the finish line.
So have we got anybody else coming into the field that we can see?
Both Paul and our Mavic drone scanning for cars. Not many people on site in the finish. I think we've got a feed coming in from out on the course, which actually got some cars in while we just show you the countryside on the finish cameras.
The thing is, though, now we've got the faster cars now catching up with the very, very slow cars, the ones that started at the back of the pack, so that's going to slow them down.
But that's the thing. I mean, half an hour of starting cars and half an hour on the fastest lap. So
what we tend to find on this sort of setup is the fact that the first lap with the fast cars is obviously fairly fast. Then they run into the traffic, catching up with the later starters. And then you'll find that then as the day wears on, it thins out the kind of the pack, as it were. So therefore, then the faster cars can just start getting faster and just putting in those laps.
Well, it's also the punches. Sometimes you can find the punches congested when you hit a punch that you want to do. Other times you can come straight in.
Right, who have we got? Is that
Ryan Jenkins?
Ryan Jenkins, yes. Does sound like a V8 and it's got no windscreen, so we'll go with that.
Distinctive colour as well, Ryan's car. Of course, that sort of Land Rover look body on it, even though it's a tube chassis.
He's been looking very quick actually this weekend.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's what Nobby's saying about this sort of 80% speed. Ryan's been looking smooth, controlled, fast, but not like he's pushing too hard. This was the car one of the cars I was commenting yesterday. They've actually taken the rear winch out for this event. You can see the empty rear winch tray as they go around that corner.
They potentially might be regretting that decision when they get out to. Well, they will have done that.
They would have done the big drop, that we showed you on Friday. And there's definitely going to be punches which you want to winch to back with. You can see how that decision pans out. Across the finish. Drone just hovering over us here. Right, does it out of course for you?
Yeah, it does look like we've got a bit of a quiet patch now, doesn't it? So potentially maybe there's a bit more happening out on the course.
Got some bottleneck somewhere, I would imagine.
We're just sending up another drone to see if we can find some more cars for you. Oh, sounds like he's landing.
No sooner is said that the drone's back on the ground.
Well, so far we've.
Looks like Jenkins is off for a hot lap straight away, getting back out on course. Here, a diesel car somewhere over the side of the hill, but not inside.
So it's such a head moving forward in the
area, I would imagine.
I'm right thinking we haven't had a diesel car in yet.
No diesels yet, no.
No, we haven't, have we? So for the
and only two of the 4 or 5 fast lapping side by sides as well.
Yeah. So yeah. And there were some fairly quick diesels out there as well, I
think we were sort of down in the 6 or 8 starting position before we had the first of the diesels, but
right, I mean we can't pick this up on the camera, but I can see just on the top of the ridge I can see a couple of cars that are entering the very, very top, so they would have gone through the quarry, so they will be arriving down here shortly, but probably from up there they're probably about 10 minutes away, I would say.
It's about 3k I think from up there, so that 3.5k.
And that
looks like the 2-wab up there.
It does, doesn't it? Yes, that does sound like it as well. So yeah, another V8.
Well, it's quite distinctive, that 5-litre Mercedes wafting across the valley, isn't it?
Yes.
A bit of a misfire, it sounds like.
So it sounds like we've got some winching on the feed for you. So that's obviously a hill that's now no longer drivable at this precise moment. So that's why the people are winching.
We certainly found in these events before that it's interesting what gets more drivable and what gets less drivable through the day. And I think you've just seen, one of the cars drive past that section where people are winching. Well, other cars aren't able to. Combination of aggression, power, and traction, I think.
Yeah, you need to certainly try and go for it on some of these sticky hills, don't you?
Yeah. While we listen to the V8, there's a Mercedes in the distance giving it some way up that hill.
So it sounds like a Can-Am starting, I can just hear. We'll just see if we can
Yeah, that's
that
Paul
is.
Bass going in for a hot nap, I think.
So on to lap 2.
Not quite a hot lap, he must have paused there, but he didn't go down to the pit.
Oh, we've got another car coming down.
I'll tell from here who that is. Might be Will Webster, the 23 car we've just seen come into view.
Does seem like he might be the first diesel car. The thing is that the punches get a bit more cut up. Something that was really easy for somebody on the first lap might be a bit more difficult by the time 3 or 4 cars have gone to it.
And then you might actually find some that more or less impossible to drive at the start as they get cut out, get increasingly easy just to drive into. It looks like the guys who had their flat just coming out of the pits behind us. That was car 38, wasn't it? Can't remember.
You want the media group?
Yeah, we'll just see some details on the difference, distance, the clouds of smoke.
I'm not reporting.
Sign of power. Grey again now. When's it going to start raining, Paul?
I don't know, it should have been already, but it's holding off, which is good for us at this precise moment. It means we can bring you the footage.
I'm just being shown where we're at from Ollie. 35 minutes that it's going to rain. Never quite sure how accurate those are. 14 minutes until it's going to rain. Good news. Good news.
What's interesting is 2Ab's been in that wood, obviously collecting a punch for quite a while.
Yeah, it's all went quiet for about 10 minutes there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting, I saw they were dangling that front winch on the hill across the other side, so they haven't sorted that out in the woods there, so they probably must have driven into whatever they were doing in there. Or reversed in, I guess. I understand we've got a puppy cam going on live as well. Nelly the puppy it is, I'm told. So this is Witten and Needham and 2Ab coming around to the finish. They've picked up a lot of places on the road, started way down in 32nd place. I think this is probably, 8th or 9th finish up, Paul?
I reckon so, yeah.
Definitely not holding back there, car 17, Wittenham Needle in 2 WAP. And just in the background, catching them up on the road there, that's Webster in the 23 car, so that's first diesel coming up now. It's obviously one of our 200 competitors. Thought 150 kilometres was just too easy and thought another 50 kilometres was definitely the way to go. We've got that on the Flying Fox feed as well.
That's the nearest one. 25 minutes.
R23 Webster coming up to the finish line. It's like they've given that bonnet a bit of a kiss out on the lap.
I think it was already like that, actually.
Oh, was it? Newness had already worn off it. First diesel finisher. Meanwhile, in the background, trying to remember which car number that is. We've got coming in. Interesting, the 10 cars finished. We've got 36 coming in here now. Taylor and Clark, 19th starter.
That's a very good effort from these guys.
Yeah, very fast out on the lap compared to a lot of people.
There's a lot of cars that I would, pinch as much quicker out there.
Definitely, this is a relatively simple car. I mean, tube chassis, obviously, but mostly looking like a Land Rover. Not huge power, so obviously just well driven out there today.
It does look like, I'm just seeing down in the pits at the moment, looks like 2Web's gone in to check something.
You can see someone being escorted in by Nobby across there as well. Don't know who that is. Looks like someone could be out. That's car 36. Oh, Taylor and Clark. Just posing for the camera there. Looks like they might have a little bit of a fueling problem.
All the smoke's come out of the engine.
Yeah, definitely. There we go. They're working the beast up.
There we go.
Found some gears in there after all.
What are we doing now, Wheeling?
All gone quiet. Optics. Yeah. Me in the little van gets really emotional. The tree's falling over, or the car's falling over. I think he's telling me. Huh? I believe I can see it.
Well, why don't we just put it over there and we could multiple lot, move the area over there, and they've got multiple lines of cars then, haven't
Right, now right, hard right end down and forward. Right, straight back and have a shunt at that. Just where you are, Yeah.
So we've gone on just over an hour, so we're going to see, unless he gets snagged in.
Yeah, so we're a little bit quiet on the video feed at the finish, so just looking at what some of the other areas around site, we can see people trying to come into a punch at a tree that's been pulled down there, winching up a hill. So we've got a couple of feeds out on site. You can see some of those areas are getting quite cut up. Yeah, thanks, Simon. It's definitely wetter than last year. I can guarantee you that. We've had rain on and off for the last couple of days. Once the track gets cut up, it's quite dry underneath, but the surface is so slippery. You can see that number 6 car there just struggling to manoeuvre on that hill. And I can hear on our tent here that the rain has just started again. It's nice because I'm just outside, Grant, and just upwind from you, so yeah, just look at those guys struggling under the winch. Some of these mobile feeds are a little poor quality, I'm afraid, where these guys are out on site running on 4G. See the tree pulled down there. Got a request for poppy cam. Let me see what I can do. Paul, we've got a request for puppy cam. Can we get the puppy back on the big camera?
Where is the puppy? Let me see if we find the puppy.
Yeah, Seamus, we're coming back to the puppy. Don't worry. We'll cut away from the car racing action as soon as we can. See the guys getting the punch there from that pulled down tree. Meanwhile, into puppy cam. Just found a bit of sheep fluff. Yeah, living her best life there. Yeah, back to the action. That's what I like. Grant's cutting away from the puppy. We'll keep the puppy on the feed there. We've got a bit of a traffic jam out on site. Do we know where that is? Whose feed is that in the bottom right? That's our man Grizz out on site. He's out punch zone 2 somewhere. Yeah, you can see some of the change gradient. The camera never does it justice. Got Roland's coming out from the pits here for his second lap, having changed that flat tyre we saw him coming on earlier. Reminder, we're planning to go live again at 1 o'clock. We're going to get a little bit more of a mix of feeds if we can, get more people out on site. And a reminder to follow the welsh.rallies.info for live timing. You'll see those live times come through. You can see some cars out there on the hillside coming up.
Somebody in that tree. Watch out, there's somebody in there.
Lights on where it's starting to get a bit grey in the rain. That's Paul Bass actually coming around for his second lap, lapping people on that feed there. While we watch the Suzuki-bodied Polaris in on a punch on the small cam there for you. And I think top right cam, we've got Paul Rowlands just coming in for his second lap start. And bottom right, of course, we've got Puppy Cam. Little bit of a hold up here, so that's car 57 holding up the Polaris. Personally, I'm fascinated by the Puppy. Yeah, a bit of a traffic jam there by that down tree. Got two guys on their second lap there, I think. Trying to get past. Steer Rollins going off. Over my shoulder, there he goes, up to the start. That tree has definitely seen better days. The guys are struggling to get the punch there because it's now on the floor. Bass is taking the shortcut round. Late starter there, the white Suzuki Jimny-based car. So they've been lapped. Yeah, you can see the co-driver there having to hang out the window to get that punch, which is down on the floor now. Car 21, that grey Jimny scooches around the outside. A few more cars coming into the finish, I think, on Paul's camera now. So just got a comment there from Swansea. Yeah, this is we're near Llandudno, Mid Wales. And yes, we will be live later today at 1 o'clock and tomorrow in the morning around 8 o'clock and 1 o'clock. The event's actually running from 8:30 start till 4:30 final results. I think they stopped running out on the course at 3:30. So if you want to come and spectate, you can get down to the start and finish reasonably easy. Getting out on course is a lot more difficult. It's foot traffic only. And we are on a hill farm, so it is quite steep. Keep those comments coming. Keep following us. Follow the Facebook page. Give us a like, thumbs up, share it to your friends.
Beautiful.
See a couple of cars there fighting over the broken tree. Yeah, so you can see there on the tree that punch falling down.
Stop.
How long have we been live for? Got a shout out there from Samuel, All Control Motorsport. What's the names there, Samuel? Don't know which team are All Control Motorsport. Give us the names, and we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Keep those comments coming. Layfield. Okay, Layfield. So that's car 19 on our order. I don't think I actually saw them start this morning. I might have done. We certainly haven't seen them come around to the finish since they started. They didn't complete their second qualifying lap, certainly. Went in with a penalty of 39 minutes, 59 seconds this morning. Just had a comment coming on Layfield, and Layfield, that's car 19, changing an engine last night, so I don't know whether I've seen them yet this morning. Got Jim Marsden coming just in over my shoulder. That's finishing his second lap within an hour. So it'd be interesting to see what punches he's taken and what penalties he's taken. Just see some more cars come around. Another batch of cars coming around to the finish here. It's getting a little bit more action again.
You got me.
It's always been a bit of a Arsenal fanboy, so he loves following you.
The old one, good stuff.